Hello everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Demi, welcome to my channel. So we're going to get right into the reading, and Spirit have asked me today to do a reading on age gap relationships. They've been bringing it into my mind like this past week, so they want to be getting into age gap relationships and how they are on the increase and why they are on the rise, why they are on the increase. So I just want to start by saying during this reading, obviously I'm talking about two consenting adults. Two consenting adults is what I'm talking about when it comes to age gap relationships. And Spirit also saying that, remember, we are now in the age of Aquarius. We are now in the age of information. So things that have always been in existence, things that have always gone on within humanity, within society, haven't always been known about or talked about because they weren't, there wasn't access to the internet. There wasn't this online world. This online world is very, very new. So reminding us that we are in the age of Aquarius, and obviously we're in the modern world now. So our relationships, both platonic and romantic, are shifting, are changing. And they're saying like the 1950s and 1950s. We aren't in the 1950s anymore. We're in 2024. Well, when I'm recording this video, it's 2024. So the modern day is very, very different, and we want to be moving towards the future. So we're progressing, right? We aren't moving backwards. We aren't going backwards in time. So even if you're someone who holds traditional values, because I do myself, it doesn't mean that those traditional values and morals are going to be lost, like moving into the future, into the more modern day world. It's just that they're shifting. It's just that they've changed and they've evolved. They've evolved with the times. They've evolved with the new era. So we're going to get into the reading when it comes to age gap relationships. And some of you guys, you may have noticed, like online, more and more people who are coming together who are from different generations. Some of these are obviously by the human will, but a lot of different generations who are coming together romantically. This is by God's will. So what do the collective need to hear, Spirit, when it comes to age gap relationships? And I am feeling, because now they're talking about a parent who is worried. I thought one flipped there. A parent who is worried that your child is being taken advantage of because they could be in a relationship with someone who is significantly older than them. They're reminding you that obviously as an adult, they're going to make their own decisions and they're going to do what they want. So you do need to be careful, because it can be like the two situations. It can be that they're in a perfectly happy, healthy relationship dynamic. It's just there's an age gap there. So this could be their soulmate and they're in love. Then you can have the other situation where you are right on the money with what you're picking up and it is an unhealthy relationship dynamic. There's a lot of red flags. There could even be domestic abuse. But even in each situation, in each case, you need to be careful, because once your child is an adult, if you put your nose in too much, you can push them away. You can push them away over here if they're in this situation where they're in a healthy connection. There's just an age gap that you don't necessarily believe in, or it goes against your opinions. You need to be careful with putting your nose in there, because you can push them away. Then also over here you need to be careful, because if this person is caught in a domestic violence situation, if they're stuck there, you can push them further and further into the clutches of this person. Particularly if they already have that control over them, if they already have that power over them, you can push them away. So either way, you need to be careful. They kind of show me like walking a tightrope. So you need to be careful. You need to know when it's your place to be putting your nose in, or when to be minding your business. There's a place when you need to mind your business, and there's a place when you need to make something your business. And this would be when the person's life is at stake, when they're being abused. So what messages do the collective need to hear, Spirit, when it comes to relationship age gaps? They have been saying to me for a few years as well that particularly millennials generation and Gen Z will be coming together romantically, and they're saying that it's more like younger men. So like the older age of Gen Z, they're going to be like in their late 20s now, I believe, but it's the younger men. There's going to be a rise of younger men who have a preference or who are drawn to older women, and this is particularly to do with millennials and Gen Z, but it'll also be Gen X and then millennials. So it's like God is bringing generations together. There's a lot of differences that are being brought together because humanity needs to be unified. And a part of us coming together and being unified, it will be romantically as well. And this is all differences. It's not just age, it's race, it's culture. It's like coming from different walks of life, having different traditional values. There's a unity and a togetherness, and we need to be brought together in every aspect. So the first card we got here is strength. So for those of you who feel like you don't have any control, this is for those of you who feel like your child is in a connection that you don't necessarily approve of. And I'm just seeing chains. So you may feel like you're chained or you're stuck and you don't really know what to do in this situation. Again, you'll need to differentiate whether they're actually in a healthy, loving commitment that just has an age gap, or whether they are actually being abused, whether someone is using their power over your child. It's definitely someone's child that is coming through that you may be worried about. So can I get some more messages on this situation, please, Spirit? Yeah, we have Queen of Cups and Eight of Wands. So Spirit are telling you here to really lean into your intuition. And I'm hearing a woman's intuition, a mother's intuition. So this could be a mother that's worried about your child who's in an age gap relationship. And they're saying for you to lean into your intuition. But for this person, it does, obviously this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for everyone. But this does feel like their connection, they're supposed to be in this connection. Like it's going to help your child to move forward in life, particularly in the material world. So maybe this person they're in a partnership with is like very much financially stable. Or it could just be that it adds to their confidence. So they're going to go out into the world and they're going to show up and they're just going to be more confident and believe in themselves and believe in their path. Ace of, yeah, we have Ace of Cups here. So what I'm picking up for someone, it is a very, very loving, committed relationship. It's just that there is an age gap there. And I'm getting the Ace of Cup. It's that cup overflow. So this is God ordained. These are soulmates or divine counterparts. God has brought these two together. What else, Spirit? We have Page of Cups. So this is obviously the younger person. This will be representing your child. But again, like I said in the beginning, I'm talking to relationships with two consenting adults. So they will still be an adult. And when someone's an adult, they're going to make their own life decisions and choices. And there isn't much you can really do about it. So you could still well be hung up on them being a child. Maybe you're seeing them as your little girl, your little boy still. And you're not seeing the fact that they are very much now a young adult, a young man or a young woman. And you need to see them for who they've grown up into instead of the child that you raised. But they are coming towards this person that they're in a commitment with a cup. They're coming together with a cup, so it feels very much like a genuine connection. This one, Knight of Swords. It could have moved very fast, which is where you may be worried about it. It moved very fast, or it's moving very fast now. So maybe they've moved to a higher level of commitment and there's an engagement going on. And maybe you thought, oh, it's just like because of the age gap, it wasn't really going to go anywhere. And now you're realising actually they're making plans for the future and it is moving very fast. And this is where you need to be worried. But Spirit's saying you don't need to be worried. It's unless you're seeing the red flags, the person is being abused, that's when you want to step in. But I don't feel like there's red flags, whoever this is for, that you're picking up on. It's just a fact. It's more so like overcoming your own opinions and your own belief system. Like two people can come from different walks of life and be in love. Two people can come from different generations, have a big age gap, still have things to talk about, still have a lot of things in common. Because it does feel like this connection, I keep staring at the cup. So the connection is very deep, very rooted in emotions. I'm drawn to this water here, but it's at that soul level. So they recognise each other's souls. What else, Spirit? We have Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like I just hear and I wish they would slow down. I wish they would slow down. So they could just be moving very fast and making all these plans. Maybe you feel like the older person is robbing your child of a childhood. But Spirit is saying they're not a child. They're not a child anymore. They're an adult. You need to see them as an adult. They're no longer that child that you raised. And they're saying that you've done your job well. You've done your job well. They're a very well-rounded adult and person. And again, this is, if they're very well-rounded, they're going to have a strong mindset, right? They're going to have, I'm hearing hard-headed. And they could be a bit stubborn. And they could get a lot of this from you, so you won't be able to tell them what to do. And this is where you'll need to be careful, because I keep like getting like somebody sticking their nose in, someone sticking their nose in. And you don't want to be doing that, because you can push them away. The Emperor, yeah. This is a very powerful connection that they're in. This is definitely God ordained. I just keep hearing it. God ordained. God ordained. So the divine has brought these two people together from different generations. And they've known each other in past lives, so it's a very solid, very strong connection. It's literally just like they met in this life and they're just picking up where they started. And this is true of a lot of connections that we're seeing right now in the public eye that have an age gap. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And this is what Spirit also talking about, of people having opinions and putting their 2 cents in where it doesn't belong. Particularly when it comes to like celebrities and people in the public eye, and you see people debating about their relationship and their connection and being like, no, that's a bit sus. Like, they shouldn't be together. Why is this their age gap? It's like, that's where you need to mind your business, because it's nothing to do with you. And these people don't even know you exist. They're not going to see your comments. They're not going to see your debate on their connection. They don't know you exist. And you need to be more focused on your life and on yourself. Then you don't have time to be putting your 2 cents and your opinions where it doesn't belong. We have here 2 of Swords. And I'm just getting from this right. It's to see with the spiritual eye. To see with the spiritual eye. And this is also a message for those of you who are in a so you're in long distance relationship, so it could have an age gap and a long distance relationship, but the age gap as well. I mean, long distance can talk about the age gap too, but they're saying to ignore other people's opinions. When you know that you're in love and this is very mutual, it's a very healthy connection, and you know that you and this person are supposed to be together, you need to be ignoring the opinions of other people, because their opinions doesn't matter. All that matters is you and your happiness. And we have here 10 of Cups. Yeah. So a lot of cups coming through. So that's powerful emotions, very strong emotions, very loving emotions. And obviously the 10 of Cups is that fulfillment. So when you can lean into another person, when they fulfill you, this is your person. When you can create that home together, when they feel like home, when they feel safe, this is your person. So you want to be ignoring other people who are projecting. Because I'm hearing now a woman being like, oh, I would never be seen dead dating a younger man. I would never be with a younger man. That's their belief and that's their opinion. That's their life. But if you're going to give a younger man a chance, I feel like this is a woman with a younger man. If you're giving a younger man a chance, he makes you happy and he's stepping up to the plate and you're creating that beautiful home together, then go for it. It's your life. What else, Spirit? What else do the collective need to hear? Yeah, 9 of Cups. Literally, there's a lot of wish fulfillment and a lot of satisfaction that is coming through at a deep emotional level, at a soul level. It's literally like this person makes you sing and you them. It's very, very mutual. And this is the thing, you want to be careful about getting involved in other people's relationships. Firstly, it doesn't matter about age gap or not. You don't want to be putting your nose in other people's relationship. It's between them, unless you think someone is being abused or unless they are being abused. Then obviously you want to help someone get out of that situation. I feel like one flipped, but I can't find it. They keep saying know when to mind your business and know when to put your nose in. And obviously it's hard if you're a parent and this is your child. It's harder then, because obviously you're their parent. You want to love and protect them always, and there's always going to be a part of them that you're always going to see as that child that you were raising as that baby, but they're an adult now and you need to see them as an adult. They keep repeating this. So somebody's obviously still seeing their child as a child. They're an adult now. You need to see them as an adult. What else, Spirit? We have Ace of Pentacles. I do feel like as well, God is bringing a lot of generations together in order for the finances to improve. It's like one person will already be more established, and usually in society, that is the man. And this is the thing, when it's like a man who's older and the woman's younger, that's more acceptable because that's the way things have always been. Because it's the man who's the provider and the protector, right? And he's always gone out, made the money. Women would have stayed home, raised the children, looked after the house. But we're now moving into the modern world and that isn't the case anymore. You've got men and women who are both out working, to both come home, both need to look after the house, both need to look after the children. You can't just put it on one gender to do everything. And there's a lot of women now who are very, very successful and they're out earning men. It's something to do with finances, which is why God is bringing different generations together. Is to combine finances and to combine forces. In order to get to generational wealth, we need to be working together. Humanity as a whole needs to be working together, but it's also different generations need to be coming together and working together, both platonically and romantically. And in this reading, we're talking romantically. He's bringing certain people together, and there will be age gaps, whether big or small. It's all part of the plan I'm hearing. It's all part of the divine plan. What else, Spirit? We have Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's that working together. This is what I'm taking this card as, working together. I'm hearing you ignite each other's fire. You're being brought together. You ignite each other's fire. And I'm feeling a lot of chemistry. It's like an overwhelming chemistry, but it's not just on the physical level. It's everything. It's like you're attracted to this person's mind, how they handle their emotions, not just the physical body. And it's also at that soul level where you recognize each other's souls. It's like they keep saying that you're picking up where you left off. So for a lot of people, this is divine counterparts, and there will be an age gap. At the bottom of the deck, we've got Two of Pentacles. Rainbows are significant. Could be seeing rainbows everywhere. Maybe those of you are worried about your child or worried about someone you're very, very close to, that you're still seeing as a child who is now an adult and is in a relationship with an age difference. You could be asking for a sign just to let you know that that they're okay, that this relationship is actually healthy. You will see rainbows. I feel like the sign you'll get will be in rainbows, or the sign you would get is the confidence shift that you see in this person. They'll be showing up a lot more confidently, a lot more mature, and they're going to be going after their dreams. This connection is going to give them that boost to go out there, not be afraid to express themselves authentically, be themselves and show up in their truth. This is the thing, if someone's in a right connection for them, it's going to enhance them, it's going to add to their life, it's going to add to their happiness. Obviously, if someone's in a connection, you can see they're acting different, they're getting a bit distant, they kind of look like the light is going from their eyes, they're a bit drained. Obviously, there's going to be different signs when someone's in a connection that isn't for them, but you will know. This deck here, what messages do the collective need to hear when it comes to age gap relationships, please, Spirit? I'm seeing a cat, like a black cat. Maybe a black cat is another sign that you will see. We have here invitation, an unexpected invitation that leads to more, going out, having fun. I also do feel like they're obviously going to want you to be accepting, but they're not going to base their relationship and them moving forward on somebody else, on other people, listening to other people's opinions. But I feel like you will be going to dinner, or you'll be invited out to dinner just to get to know this other person, so you can see them together, so you can feel out their connection. And it's easier when you're with people in the physical, when you're around them, to kind of gauge and feel into the energy that they both create together. Because obviously we all have our own energy. When you're coming together, particularly romantically, because you're being intimate with this person, it creates its own energy. The relationship itself has its own energy. You'll be able to feel out. And I feel like this is going to put you at ease, because you're going to realise, you're going to see actually they're very good for each other. They're very happy. They're very at peace. And there's something about shifting... whether it's your child or it's someone you know, they're going to be a lot more confident in themselves. And you're going to realise, oh, okay, this is the right person for them. And then you'll get over the fact that there's that age gap there. We have here despair. Your feelings of hopelessness and sadness are temporary. It will pass yet. I feel like this is that person that's worrying, who's got hang-ups or doesn't really agree because of the age gap. Kind of in this despair energy. And Spirit is saying, with all due respect, it isn't necessarily to do with you. Once someone is an adult, they're going to make their own life choices and decisions. They keep repeating it. And then it isn't the business of other people. Only when you feel like this person is being abused and their life is in danger, or they're being manipulated, this is when we will make something your business. What else, Spirit? Get one more card from this deck. We have fake. Someone isn't being authentic with you. Watch out. So I feel like this is for those of you where you're picking up on red flags. That this person is actually, it's like a weird power dynamic. And you'll get that icky feeling. You'll get that sus energy from this other person. And again, it was about... if someone's in a collection, it kind of makes them go inward, it makes them go inside, it makes them go more distant, and you can tell they're not themselves. And it's about the light. They keep saying the light. Maybe their eyes change, they're not as bright anymore. They're not showing up as confident anymore. It's like they're hiding themselves. They're not being authentic. Maybe they change the way they dress. Maybe they cover up more. This sort of thing. These are all those signs and those red flags. That's when you need to put your nose in. That's when you need to make something your business, when it's harming this person that you love, the connection that they're in. And again, you need to be careful with that, because you could still push them away and push them further under the control of this other person. So you wanna be picking your words wisely. And Spirit are saying you will know what to say. If you have a sit down and you really tune into your heart, you will know what to say. What else, Spirit? This one. Can I get one card from this deck, please? What do the collective need to hear when it comes to age gap relationships? One card from this deck, please. So this will be a message. It's a deck for passed over loved ones. I always give you a good night kiss. I love how we have this beautiful heart here. So this is that unconditional love. And I'm also taking that as ancestors on the other side will be watching this loved one or this person that you're worried about who is in the age gap relationship. They're protected. They're very protected. And they're being watched. But I also feel like those of you who are worried about your child, there's an ancestor around you. You could feel them, like your hairs could stand on end. You can feel them kind of putting their hand on your shoulder. You could well feel them give you a good night kiss. You could ask them for a sign. And I feel like you'll get a sign from them that your child is okay, that they're very much in a healthy, committed relationship and they are in love. You'll be getting the sign either way, regardless of whether they're in that happy, healthy connection, whether they're in a more toxic connection, and you need to be, they keep saying putting your nose in, you need to be putting your nose in. But first you need to be sure, because you can end up pushing away. What else, Spirit? Can I get a few cards from this deck, please? We have here wind, change. And this is getting a confirmation that it's Christ, it's God who is bringing certain people together where there is an age gap in their connection, because they are divine counterparts. And this is the thing, they're saying like why a 20, let's say it's like a 25-year-old and then someone who is in their mid-40s, so that's quite a significant age gap, right? Let's say there's that age gap there, and Spirit are saying that these two people are on the same path. And they keep showing me, like they're showing me a boat, two boats coming in from different places. So it's different ages, different races, different cultures, different walks of life. But they're coming into the same harbour, coming into the same port. They're coming into the same place because they're on the same path, particularly when it's a spiritual path. They haven't forsaken their mission. They're in their mission. They're in their purpose. They remember that they're a soul having a human experience and what their soul came to earth for in this time. They both remember. And they're being brought together because they're both on the same path. They both have the similar values and moral compass and a similar mission, and they can help each other in this lifetime. And not only that, their souls recognize each other, their blueprint recognizes each other, their vibration, their frequency, they're on the same vibration and frequency, so they're like magnets to each other. If you can have that there with that age gap, then you can also have like, I don't know, a 27-year-old with a 27-year-old. But this 27-year-old over here isn't on the same path. They're going completely different path and they're in a low vibration. So they're just going to pull this other person down. Like, how is that going to work? They're not magnets. Just because they're the same age, it doesn't mean that they should be together. So they want us not to be so caught up in certain things in society when it comes to romance. They're saying not to be so caught up in age. And again, I'm talking about two consenting adults. We all know what's wrong from right. All know what's illegal and what's immoral. And we all know what goes against spiritual law. So we have here winged one, trust. And again, there's a beautiful sun in the background. So it's that divinity. This is God bringing sacred unions together, and there will be, for some, there will be age gaps. Others, they're going to be the same age. Or maybe there's like a few months or years difference. Like if I was to meet someone who's a few years younger or older than me, I don't really consider that much of an age gap. But we have winged one, trust. Some of you could be getting signs from certain birds when you're asking for a sign when it comes to an age gap relationship. This could even be those of you who are in, who realise that you love someone. But there's a significant age gap and you're asking from signs from spirit, like, is this, should I be with this person? Should I be moving forward into this connection? They'll be giving you a sign. Whether it's a white flag or a red flag, they'll be giving you a sign. For a lot of you, it can come from birds, or it can come from your guardian angels, or it will come from your angels. I'm drawn to the wings here. But ultimately, you're going to know within your heart, your intuition. You also want to be using your brain. But you want to be using your brain and your heart in unison. And again, they're saying that does this person light you up? Does this person make you happy? Are you magnetized? And they're talking about light. Are you magnetized at a soul level? Are you magnetized at a deep level? If someone dims your light, they try and control you, they try and change you. This obviously isn't a person for you, regardless of age. What else, Spirit? Can I get one more card from this deck, please? We have kin, family. Yeah, again, we got the sun in the background. So it's God who is bringing these relationships together. People from different generations together. I keep getting millennial and Gen Z. Millennial and Gen Z. So particularly this may be where the shift is going on. But obviously that's because these generations have been born into a newer consciousness. Have been born into the modern world. But we have kin, family. So a lot of you are supposed to be having children in these age gap relationships. Obviously some will have missed that window, the fertility window. But some people are coming together to have children. So it will also be your spirit babies that will bring you together. But for a lot of you, I feel like you're going to have a blended family. Maybe this older person already has children. And their children could be older and then your children could be younger. You're coming together as a blended family. So I'm seeing a blended family here. What else, Spirit? They wanted to get one card from this deck. So what does the collective need to hear when it comes to age gap relationship? Can I get one card from this deck, please? Thank you. We have watering can, asking for help, sharing burdens. Yeah, you're always going to know who the right person is for you is when you water into each other. There's something about confidence and something about blooming. This person helps you bloom. If you're growing together in the same way, you pour into them, they pour into you. It's mutual and loving and healthy. This is that right person for you. So if you're in that connection and you got other people in your ear being like, oh, but they're 7 years older than you or they're 7 years younger than you, ignore it. You're an adult and they're an adult. You can do what you want. So we'll be ignoring all the noise from other people. And again, I'm drawn to the bee and there's like the sunflower here. So again, it's that sacred connection. A lot of divine unions that are coming together. And there will be a lot of differences, not just age. There'll be like race, culture. I'm getting different traditions coming from different walks of life. Could be coming from different countries, different parts of the world being brought together. I'm also hearing like a language barrier. And they're now talking about there'll be more people coming together where they will have to learn the mother tongue or learn the language of the other person. So people will be learning new languages for love. This deck. Okay, can I get one card from this deck, please, Spirit? Thank you. We have Temple of Anuket. Thrive, I see golden opportunities. Yeah, so this is that confirmation that these souls recognize each other from a past life. And look at all the water again, all of this emotion, all of this cup overfloweth. So it's literally really going to be pouring into one another. Like I feel like with a lot of these connections, they're going to become like a powerhouse, like a power couple. Particularly when it comes to finances in the material world. It's like bringing the spiritual into the material world. So again, they're on the soul level, they recognize each other because there's a lot of power there in the spiritual body. Again, for a lot of you, you will be having a child with a person where there's going to be an age gap. So you will be having a child together. So again, it's that confirmation that your spirit babies are bringing you together. And they're saying again, block out the noise, block out the noise. Don't listen to other people. And I'm hearing like other people like, oh, what do they even talk about? Like how can they get along because there's such a big age gap? Because they don't understand. They don't understand your connection because your connection is very sacred. I'm hearing it's governed by God. So it's very much governed or God ordained. But you see each other on a soul level. You recognize each other where you've met before, where you've been on earth before. So there could be a remembrance of past lives when you meet this person. You could be having like dreams and visions of past lives of where you've known them before. It's kind of like a movie. Like I can just see two people meeting and they're shaking each other's hand and they're having these flashbacks and they're seeing like these old photos of who they both were before and they're in photos together. It's like a portrait, like paintings, like old photos. I'm getting Victorian era. Some of you could have known this soul from the Victorian era. Jeez. Why did I pick this one up again? No, I haven't used it yet. Okay, we have Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring, yeah. A lot of people being brought together from different ages because there's a contract there from past lives. There's like unfinished business, but this isn't karmic in nature. Some will be, basically, if it's got those red flags there. But I'm getting unfinished business when it's to do with the divine counterpart. So you're like coming here in this lifetime to kind of like wrap things up. Wrap things up. It's like a huge reunion. I'm just seeing this celebration like being thrown for you in spirit, like you're having this huge reunion. So there's a lot of unions going on, and there will be age gaps. But both on a soul level are a match. And they're talking about paper. So like on the past, people would come together or be brought together because they looked good on paper. Everything matched up on paper. And I'm hearing the American dream. So they looked good on paper and it fitted the American dream. It fitted society. But now in this modern age, relationships are shifting. And this is where people are coming together and other people kind of looking like, oh, they don't match. No, they don't go together. No, I don't see it. Because they don't understand, because they're not part of the relationship. They're not part of the soul's contract. What else, Spirit? And this is where Spirit are saying that people need to be focused on their own lives and on themselves, so they don't have time to be worrying about what other people are doing, particularly people who don't even know you exist. It's a different story when it's someone that you're close to, when it's your child and they're in a connection that you don't really, you've got your own opinions and beliefs and you're not really understanding why they're together. But when you see them together and you see how much love there is and how much affection there is and how they work well together and they're supposed to be together, all of that will kind of lift and you'll have a new perspective and you'll open your eyes. And then it will also be your business if you can see red flags and you can see that someone that you love is being abused in a relationship dynamic. But it's completely a different story, and people are just, particularly online, and they're having a lot to say about other people's relationships, and they don't know these people, and these people don't know you, and nor would they care. It's like a waste of time. And Spirit are like saying, like, they have better things to be doing. They need to be focusing on themselves. But this is a thing. There's a lot of people who don't want to do that inner work and that shadow work because it is hard. It is painful, particularly in healing and facing your own demons and taking accountability for any past mistakes. It's hard to do all of that. So people would rather be distracted. And a lot of the time they use other people's lives to be distracted by. One more card, please, Spirit. Did you want one more card from this deck? No. Okay, I'm gonna get some cards from this deck, the Christ deck. Can I get a few cards from Christ Consciousness deck, please, Spirit? The Teacher, walk the talk. Yeah, and I feel like these souls that are coming together have a lot to teach each other. It's not just the older person who's going to teach the younger person. Because you never know in life, a younger person can be more mature and have more experience than someone that's older than them. You can have someone who's in their 20s, who's very, very mature, who knows what they want to do with their life and they're going for it and they can be very successful. You can have someone who's in their 50s, who's immature, who's still a child, who's still a nuisance to people around them. Walk the talk. And they're saying that these souls are being brought together and you will be doing just that. You will be walking the talk. You will be the example. Again, birds. For someone, birds are a sign. Birds are significant. Maybe when you and this person met, there could have been like, I'm hearing like something weird or supernatural about birds. You could have like swarms of birds that were kind of like circling around you. Maybe they were like kind of announcing to you both like this is that person that you've come into union. Or you're supposed to get to know each other. What else, Spirit? Or some of you, it'd be your passed over ancestors who are going to speak to you through birds. We have faith. Find holiness within. Again, it's that confirmation of the sacredness of these connections. And to have faith, particularly those of you that are in relationships with an age gap and you could have been listening to other people and you could have separated when you listen to other people, and then that's when you realise that you made a mistake. That's when you realise that you didn't trust yourself, you didn't listen to your heart and your intuition. You were listening to other people's projections and fears. And they're saying that that's okay, to allow yourself to heal. That's okay. They keep saying that's okay. And you will be coming back together. The separation won't be for long, because I'm about to say belong, because you belong together. What else, Spirit? Can I get one more card, please? We have grace, blessings, and goodwill. Yeah, and obviously bees are very, very sacred and they vibrate very high. They're of a very high vibration. So Spirit are asking you to hold the frequency, hold the line, hold your vibration, regardless of whether you're a parent who's worrying about a child who's in an age gap relationship, or if it's not your child, it's just someone that you love, or whether you are someone who's in an age gap relationship and maybe you're battling with your own self beliefs and your own opinions. You could have been that person, because I was hearing a woman like say, "I would never date a man that is younger than me," and maybe God has kind of then brought in your soulmate, and you're like, oh, because they're younger than you, so you didn't this isn't who you visualized in mind. But you can feel the sacredness of the connection. You can feel you belong to each other. You feel like they're home. They're saying to give yourself grace. Again, they're saying it will be okay to give yourself grace. I'm going to finish off with a poem from my deck. So what do the collective need to hear? Spirit, can I get one more poem, please? Okay, so this one says, "The womb is the all-seeing eye, for who knows everything other than the Creator herself? From darkness we are born, to lightness we claim, death and rebirth inherently the same. Let her waters break and push away the pain. Breathe with her deeply, and clarity you will gain. Follow her wisdom, your life will forever change. She whispers her secrets, I keep them close to my chest, for the womb and heart an arc line forever connects." With this, I'm getting a lot of you could be asking Mother Earth. It's like you're praying to Mother Earth and asking Mother Earth for clarity and for signs. And you will get this clarity inside through her element. So it's probably why the birds are coming through. That is the air element. But I'm also getting like the earthly element. You could be going on like a lot of nature walks and being outside a lot. And this is where you're going to get messages. This is where you hear your ancestors. This is where you hear God. This is where you hear Earth more clearly when you're outside in nature. Or maybe this is where you could have met someone significant. If you're coming here about a connection that you were in with an age gap, you could have met them outside. Like I'm getting a hike for someone. You could have been on a hike or on a nature trail, and this is where you met. Or you could just enjoy doing these things together. But you really need to hone in and listen to your intuition and listen to your soul here, particularly when it comes to these soul connections. And you need to have that faith, because they don't always make logical sense. Basically, when you're remembering the past lives that you were together and you recognize this person, you've never met them before, but it's as if you know them all your life. Obviously, that doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't make sense to the brain because you're just meeting them there and then. I'm going to get one more poem. What else? Or two. Okay, so this one says, "Transformation is at the end of the station. Just keep moving. Your train can't be missed. It has your name on its list. God has saved you a seat. All you have to do is believe. Dreams come true when you have faith in you. All aboard the Hogwarts Express. You'll find only magic lying ahead. Grab your wand, tap into your gifts. It is by design. Your train can't be missed." Yeah, this is confirming how you want to be really listening to your soul and your intuition, because it isn't going to make much logical sense when it comes to a lot of these age gap relationships. And this is for even people who aren't in one and you're kind of on the outside looking in. There's something else going on here. It's at a soul level, and you'll be able to see this and you'll be able to feel this. You'll be able to see how they light each other up. And a lot of these relationships that are coming together, they're going to be doing they're going to be of service to humanity. They're going to be doing a lot of work in helping other people to raise up their vibration, and helping other people to see the world through a different perspective, and to see each other through a different perspective. A lot of these age gap relationships are here to kind of bridge that gap of our differences and pull us together, particularly different generations. But again, it's confirming that it's magic, that it is God ordained. Okay, so the next poem we have here is, "I envision roots coming out both feet. They travel down into the earth deep, 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 until they reach her very core, the womb of the earth rich and raw. Like a fetus there she lay, made from soil night and day. As she opened her eyes, her children did too, shaking earth from its very core. Then followed a wind and gulf fire as she roared, purging and cleansing whilst it soared. And the earth as we knew her had been birthed once more." So a lot of you, when you come into these connections, there's going to be a complete rebirth, which is why they were talking about the confidence. It's like your confidence is going to be through the roof. You're going to be like a whole other person. You're going to be strutting like an angel. You know that saying, to strut like an angel, is literally what you're going to be doing. Like this person just ignites your fire. That also could pertain to a Kundalini rising. Like they completely activate your Kundalini, and it's going to be mutual. They keep saying two consenting adults, two consenting adults. This is who I'm reading for here when it comes to age gaps, whether big or small. Is that it, Spirit? They want one more card from this deck. Okay, can I get one more card? That's too many. Can I get one more card from this deck, please? This one says seeds, new ideas, hope, open-mindedness. That's why they wanted one more card. So it's planting new seeds is why a lot of these age gap relationships are happening, to plant new seeds. To get people to see, to broaden their horizon and broaden their mindset. Because there are a lot of people who are still small. I know there's awakening going on. Many people are waking up to the fact that they are a soul, waking up to themselves and connecting more to divinity. All of this is going on, and it's going on more so behind the scenes. But it's now starting to leak out into the physical. They're showing me it's leaking out into the physical. So all those seeds that people have been planting, where they've been doing the work to help themselves to raise up in consciousness, but also humanity, these seeds are now sprouting and they're blooming. And I'm drawn to the dandelion. So some of you could have like picked up a dandelion and made a wish on a dandelion. Maybe you asked for a sign, like, is this relationship for me? Because it goes against like the logical mind, or it goes against what society tells you. And particularly, it's more acceptable when the man is older and the woman is younger. But there's going to be more men who are going to have a preference for older women. And this is normally where people have something more to say. But again, it says new ideas, hope, and open-mindedness. So this is the thing. It's going to be planting new seeds in humanity, in our consciousness. But relationship dynamics are really, really changing. And again, they keep repeating it. Two consenting adults. We know what's right, you know what's wrong, you know what's illegal, you know what goes against spiritual law. The children and adults do not belong in relationships. That's not a relationship. That's a victim and a predator. They just want to make that clear for someone out there for some reason. Do you want the back of this? No. Okay, so that is all the messages that's coming through. I hope that did resonate with someone out there, and I will see you in my next reading.